Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whatever time zone you're in, whenever you're doing the stretching. Welcome, Joyous Stretch. Please check in with your doctor before starting any program, even though this is very gentle. Hi, bud. And I want you to start to know yourself and learn what is best for you. Hey, buddy. Thanks for joining. Thanks for joining us today. Yeah. Go find a place. And there he goes to his place. I am actually sitting on a blanket or two. You may want a blanket or two to fold up, to sit on, to release the knees to the floor, lift the hips up a little bit. Makes it a little easier to sit. You may not want to sit cross-legged. You might want to have your legs out. That may be more comfortable for you. Whatever is comfortable for you is what you should be doing. You may want a block or two. If you don't have these blocks, and they're pretty easy to come by at the Target or the local store or even Amazon. They're not very expensive, very easy, accessible, and low cost. If you don't have blocks, a couple of books lying around the house, if you have books, or perhaps boxes. And also have a belt. A belt isn't necessary, but once again, it's a prop that can help you if you require additional arm length. Sometimes our legs or arms are not equivalent to where we would like to go, and having that strap helps us to move to that area. And then once again, find a comfortable seated position, whatever that is for you, whether the legs are crossed or elongated, or whether you're on sitting up higher on a blanket or pillow. A couple blankets or pillows, always good to have around when you're doing yoga. You may already have all these props, so disregard all of that. And then we'll just start by finding our breath. Maybe you're comfortable closing your eyes. If you're not comfortable closing your eyes, just take a gentle gaze at the floor a foot or two in front of you. Feel the breath moving in and out, but keep the length to the spine and the crown lifted. The gaze doesn't come from the shift of the head. The gaze comes from the shift of the eyes. The crown is still lifting. The spine is flexible, but elongated. And then once again, shift around, find that spot. Maybe you want to shift your legs up, change them up. Find what's comfortable for you. Maybe being on a blanket isn't comfortable. You want to shift off of the blanket. Just lifting the flesh out from underneath the seat may be perfect for you. So we're exploring what's perfect for you. It's not what's perfect for me. And many times I won't be doing the pose exactly visually the way it should be done, because I'm doing it for me and how my body responds, and your body may respond differently. So you want to feel how the body feels and never go past your edge, no matter what we do. We'll be very gentle. We'll be exploring that edge and staying well behind the edge. You can explore and investigate. That's what this journey is all about, exploring, investigating the mind, body, and spirit. Now I'm going to read a little passage from the Pocket Pema Chodron. I love to start the classes that way. And I open the book to passage number 55, for those of you who are into numbers. And it says, we never know. We never know. When we think that something is going to bring us pleasure, we don't know what's really going to happen. When we think something is going to give us misery, we don't know. Letting there be room for not knowing is the most important thing of all. We try to do what we think is going to help, but we don't know. We never know if we're going to fall flat or sit up tall. When there's a big disappointment, we don't know if that's the end of the story. It may be just the beginning of a great adventure. I read somewhere about a family who had only one son. They were very poor, and this son was extremely precious to them. And the only thing that mattered to his family was that he bring them some financial support and prestige. Then he was thrown from a horse and crippled. It seemed like the end of their lives. 2 weeks after that, the army came into the village and took away all the healthy, strong men to fight in the war. And this young man was allowed to stay behind and take care of his family. Life is like that. We don't know anything. We call something bad, we call it good, but we just don't know. We just don't know. We're kind of in a state of that all the time. We just don't know. It may be good, it may be bad, we don't know. And in many ways, I just don't think it matters one way or the other. It just is. It is, without any labeling of good or bad. And I hope your practice is this way today. No labeling of yourself or judgment of whether you think you're doing something right or wrong, whether it's good or bad. We don't know. So as we're finding the breath and feeling the breath moving in and out of the body, I'd like you to explore the temperature of the breath coming in and out of the nostrils, the pattern of the breath, whether it's fast or slow, deep or shallow. Give yourself the luxury to close your eyes and tune into how the breath feels in the body. And then take a nice deep inhale and exhale in a very audible, refreshing, releasing way like this. Just makes me laugh every time. Sorry. Let's try that again. I like having the audible part of that because it's a lot of fun. Let's try one more. A nice deep big inhale. And feel the shoulders relaxing and releasing on the exhale. Feels so good to let go of whatever it is we're holding on to. And then opening the eyes if they're not open. And taking another inhale, and on the exhale, allow that right ear to tilt towards the right shoulder. Now, sometimes when this happens, that shoulder starts to creep up. But we really want to just relax the shoulder and allow the ear to come to the shoulder. Now, it may not go too far. Mine isn't going that far, but I'm feeling a nice stretch. You just want to go to the place where you're feeling a nice stretch. That's all you need. You don't want to push too far, once again, past that edge. In fact, you don't want to go past the edge at all. Just a little sensation is all you need to know that you're getting a stretch. Now we're going to take a nice inhale. On the exhale, you're going to roll the head down, chin down towards the chest. And then inhale, left ear towards the left shoulder. Once again, nice and slow, gentle, and notice again, are your shoulders dropping? That's what you want to feel, the shoulder dropping towards the floor. Feel a nice stretch now on the opposite side or wherever you're feeling it. And at any time you feel like you want to move your legs or change your leg position up, please do. Don't wait for my cueing on anything. At any time you need to stop, you do. And readjust. And then on the next exhale, you'll roll the chin back to the chest. Nice and slow. And then inhale, nice and gentle, nice long, slow, deep inhale, right ear to right shoulder. Oh, where are you feeling it now? How's it feel on the second time? And exhale, chin to chest. Once again, if you start feeling pins and needles in the feet, adjust your legs. Inhale, left ear to left shoulder. Exhale, chin to chest. Inhale, right ear to right shoulder. Exhale, chin to chest. Just move with your breath. Nice, long, slow, deep inhales and exhales. Feeling all the sensations as you move. Left ear to left shoulder on the inhale. And on the exhale, chin back to the chest. Inhaling, ear to shoulder. Exhaling, chin to chest. Inhaling. Exhaling. Moving at your own pace. Not rushing through this, because when you rush through this, you miss all those interesting areas that you haven't paid much attention to because you were rushing from here or there. One more time to the left. And then let the head be heavy in the center. Chin resting at the chest. And let the head drop here. And then slowly inhale the crown of the head up. Wonderful. Let's take our soles of our feet together. You want to have a nice, generous diamond shape. And you want to make it comfortable. So if it's not comfortable in this position, move the feet closer or further away from the body to find a more comfortable position. Lifting up through the heart and the crown, you're going to turn towards the left thigh. Taking the hands to the outside of the legs, you're going to tilt the body towards that left thigh. Nice and gentle. Once again, you're going to start feeling areas that maybe you haven't felt in a long time. You want to be very careful as you start to journey the circle around the left leg, coming to the center, and then starting to journey over that right leg. So making a circle around the legs. As you come back, you're going to drop the head round through the shoulders, round the back, lift up, and start that circle again. Nice and slow. Now at first the circle may be very small because we're just warming up. Just go with the feeling and the sensation of what you're experiencing. Once again, as you come around to the back, you're going to roll through the shoulders, round and drop the head, and then lift. One more time around the legs, 3 times here. Maybe you're experiencing a shift in how things feel. Once again, it's a warming up pose. Just a exploratory pose to see how it feels, and then lift up through the heart and the crown when you come around to the center up at the top, and then we'll turn towards the right thigh and we're going to move in the opposite direction, leaning over that right thigh, keeping the arms as best you can to the outside of the legs. Breathing into any areas as you come upon them that might need an extra releasing breath. Coming around to the center, the feet, coming around the left side, feels completely different from one side to the other. You may notice that you're feeling different things. Once again, we'll take this 3 times around. And then lengthen the legs. Give them a little shake, a little shimmy, a little bounce. And then if you're comfortable with crossing the legs, bring the legs back into a crisscross fashion. You can leave them lengthened, whichever you're most comfortable with. I'll pick this and see how I go with it. We'll see how it happens today for me. Every day is different, depending on how much I've been stretching personally. So we're going to once again lifting up through the heart, relax the shoulders, crown of the head lifts. We're going to take a twist. So you're going to take the left hand to the right knee. Left hand, right knee, right hand behind you on the floor, palm down. I'm going to move my blankets out of the way so I can bring my palm close to my bottom behind me. Fingers reaching behind you. Lifting up through the crown of the head. Beginning to journey to the right. So when I start to turn to the right for this twist, I'm first going to turn with the belly button, which doesn't go too far for me. And then I'm going to take the torso, the chest, to the right. Inhaling, lengthening, and maybe turning and twisting a little deeper. Maybe the eyes glance over the right shoulder, but that's, extra. We don't have to have that twist of the neck. We're really just twisting the torso here. And then come around to the front. And we'll do the other side. So I'm taking my right hand to my left knee. Right hand, left knee, left hand behind me. Palm down, fingers reaching behind me, lifting up through the heart, the crown. Inhaling. On the exhale, turn to the left. First the belly button, then the chest. Maybe the glance over the left shoulder. Inhaling and exhaling into this twist. Being very nice and gentle here. Don't want to have any cramping or don't want to go too far in any of this. And then come around to the front. And lengthen the legs out. We're going to lie down. You may be hearing the hum of the neighbor's Gurners. Hopefully it's not too loud and pronounced for you or distracting. I'm going to put my blankets nearby, but off to the side. I'm going to lie down. I'm going to bend my knees, feet to the floor, slowly glide myself back. Feels really good, I'm not going to lie. I could stay here the rest of the day. But I'm going to draw my shoulder blades down my back and tilt my chin slightly to elongate the back of the neck. I'm going to take my feet wide to my mat so that my little toes are like hanging off the edge of the mat. My knees are wide, my feet are wide, my legs are wide. I'm going to do a little windshield wiper action. I have to think about some of these words sometimes. Your arms can be anywhere they're comfortable. Nice deep inhale. On the exhale, let the knees fall to the right. Inhale the knees up. Exhale them to the left. So we're moving with breath here. We're inhaling the knees up and exhaling the knees over. Inhale the knees up and exhale the knees over. Inhaling the knees up, exhaling them over. Movement with breath. Inhale the knees up, exhale them over. Some things that I notice are, depending on how stiff I'm feeling, inhaling and exhaling. I may notice one side a little more restricted than the other. Quite often one side is a little more restricted than the other. Inhaling the knees up, exhaling them over. You'll notice after a few rounds, left to right, things might start to shift. They may start to loosen. They may feel better. That's what yoga is all about, feeling better. Inhaling the knees up and exhaling them over. Inhale the knees up, exhale them over. Then inhale the knees up, walk the feet together. Hug the right knee in towards the chest, angle it slightly towards the shoulder blade to get a deeper sensation, should you want one. And then circle the ankle a few times in one direction and then the other. And then lengthen that right leg all the way up. Flex the foot, clasp behind that leg for support, drawing the leg towards you as you reach that heel all the way up towards the ceiling. Getting a nice gentle stretch on the back of the leg. Drawing the leg towards you gets a deeper sensation. And then release the leg, cross the right ankle over the left knee. We'll move into figure 4. We'll take the right hand, press the right thigh away from you. Stay here if you like. Maybe your arms are feeling kind of short today. If they are, you can take something like a block or a book and press that, using that for leverage to get a deeper sensation, if that's what you're looking for. And you can stay right here. You don't have to go any deeper. You can stay right here and breathe into that hip opener. It feels so good. If you'd like to stay here, once again, stay here. If you'd like to go further into this pose, we'll move into the figure 4. We'll take the right hand through the legs, clasp both hands under the left knee. Maybe you're going to press the right elbow into the right thigh to deepen sensation. Flex the feet here. Try to relax the head, the neck, and the shoulders. Very hard to do in this position sometimes, but just think about it. Sometimes just thinking about something helps. Breathe into the stretch you're feeling. And release the hands and let that left foot come down and cross the right ankle. We'll hug the left knee in now towards the chest. Angle it slightly towards the shoulder blade. Circle the left ankle a few times in one direction and then the other. And then lengthen the left leg all the way up. Clasp behind the leg for support. Flex the foot. So instead of pointing the toes, you're going to flex the foot. Drawing that leg towards you gives you a deeper sensation. Once again, don't be surprised if one side feels a little more cooperative than the other. It's perfectly normal. It's my normal. And then we'll release the hands and cross that left ankle over the right knee. And we'll take the left palm, press the left thigh away from you. Open up the hip. Once again, if you feel like you want to go further with that sensation, or you feel like your arms are kind of short and you could use the leverage, you could use a block. Breathe into that stretch. And then release the block if you want to, or stay with the block one way or the other. And you take the left hand now through the legs, clasp both hands under the right knee, drawing the legs towards you. Flex the feet. Maybe you press that right or the left elbow into the left thigh. Relax the head, the neck, the shoulders here. Breathe into the sensation. Use the breath as a guide to relax. That breath is to relax. Oh, it feels so good. Then release the hands. Let that foot come down and cross the ankle. Hug both knees into the chest. And then take a hand on each knee and circle the knees in the same direction, massaging the sacrum. And then reverse the circle in the opposite direction. And we'll keep the knees tucked in towards the chest. Take the arms out to a T with the palms resting up. Nice deep inhale. On the exhale, let those knees fall off to the right here. Keeping both shoulders on the ground, you could even glance off to the left. Nice deep inhale and exhale. Feel the body respond to the breath. Feel the body respond to the pose, the asana. When you hear asana, that's what asana means, pose. And on the next inhale, inhale the knees up and exhale them off to the left. Same thing, other side, relaxing the feet, the legs to the left. Maybe glancing towards the right if you like. Or keep the head centered, whichever you prefer. Nice deep breath in and out, relaxing with each breath. Then inhale the knees back up. Give them another squeeze in. A little rocking left and right. Massage the lower back. Kind of like doing child's pose on your back. Apanasana, wind relieving pose. And then let the feet come down to the floor. We're going to shift onto our side and slowly come up to a seated position. Once again, you can move the flesh out from underneath your bottom to be on the sits bones or sit on the edge of a blanket if that's more comfortable for you. We're just going to take the legs straight out in front of us. Once again, would be an ideal place if you feel like you aren't able to reach your toes. Some people can easily. It's just the way we're built. If you don't have the belt to use, just when you fold forward, and we're going to do a forward fold here, inhaling the arms up, folding forward, maybe reach the toes, and keep length to the spine here, especially if you have back issues. If you have the belt, you can easily use the belt just below the toes and the ball of the foot, and use the belt to slowly walk yourself forward, keeping the feet flexed here, keeping the spine elongated. Feel free, if the back is healthy, drop the head, round into the shoulders, come all the way down, come down as far as you are comfortable with. Feel the breath lifting and the body rising on the inhale. On the exhale, relax. Let everything relax on the exhale. Now, some people are super flexible or have extra long arms. So if that's the case, sometimes taking a block, or even two, I've had people take 2 blocks on the edge of their feet and reach for the block to get that stretch that they're looking for. Walk the hands back up, or walk yourself back up with the strap. Keep the strap nearby. You may want it again. We're going to do Janu Shirshasana, one leg forward fold. So we're going to start by taking the sole of the left foot to the inner thigh of the left leg, keeping the feet still flexed. Once again, you may want a belt here or not. Inhaling up, reaching for the toes or the ankle if you're not using a belt, or if you've got your belt on the feet, you can use your belt to draw you closer down that leg. There's a little bit of a twist and a forward fold because you're looking out over that right extended leg. Relaxing on the exhale. And slowly walking yourself back up. We'll do the same thing on the other side. Left foot's elongated, sole of the right foot inside the left inner thigh. This one I will be using a strap for. I know my body will appreciate it. And that's what this is about, body appreciation. Looking out over that left leg, I'm slowly folding forward. I'm going to that spot where I can. If I can't go all the way down, put my head on my knee, I'm okay with that. I'm just going to that nice, comfortable stretch. And I want you to go to your comfortable stretch. And then slowly walk yourself back up. And then let's take our legs long and wide. Flex the feet and slowly start to walk the hands forward, keeping once again length of the spine on these forward folds, especially if you have back concerns. And then once you get into a position, if you feel comfortable and you want to round the spine, I'm not going to stop you. I just want you to be aware that it's healthier for you in a forward fold to keep length to the spine than round if you have back challenges. Feel free to drop the head if the neck is comfortable with that. Close the eyes and just breathe. And then you might notice the body giving way a little bit. Maybe with each exhale, you'll feel the body releasing a little more. Maybe you can move a little deeper into the pose, or maybe you moved in and you need to back up a little. That's what we're all about here, exploring what's best for you, the best stretch for you. The stretch you can be comfortable with. But when you're comfortable, then realize maybe I can go a little further and play with it. Play with the edge. And then slowly lift yourself back up by walking the hands back towards the torso. And then we're going to take the right arm inside the right leg. Maybe you could grab the big toe with the peace fingers, maybe not, maybe just leave the hand wherever it lies. Keeping the torso open here, the heart open. So you don't want to close the body down. You want to keep your heart open and the torso in this plane. And then the arm comes over the left ear. And then maybe you can reach for the feet or the toes, but the stretch is coming along the side body. Could even glance up at the ceiling. And then inhale yourself up. Parvita Janushirshasana. Take the left arm to the inside of the left leg, the right arm over the ear. Once again, the important part is the stretch and keeping the body open here. Not overstretching to a point where you're going to get hurt. That's not fun. Inhale yourself back up. Lovely. Bringing the legs together and lay down. And you could have a strap or perhaps a blanket or a long belt. Or don't use any of those and improvise. You would want your blankets nearby. You could have a folded up blanket or a pillow. Or if you have a block. We'll end with bridge pose for a little bit, and then we'll have a Shavasana. Well, first we're going to lie down. Once again, feet to the floor, knees bent, slowly gliding back. Tuck my chin, bring my shoulders away from my ears. It feels so much better. Find your breath, your quiet spot. Let's loop the strap just below the toes on the right foot and lengthen the right leg up towards the ceiling. Now I see a lot of people in this pose struggling, lifting their shoulders. I want you to relax that all to the floor, even your arms to the floor. Nice deep inhale and exhale as you gently glide that left leg or the right leg towards you. Flex the foot, getting a nice stretch on the back of the leg. Now you may be just doing that without the belt and just holding the leg here. But once again, try not to stretch the shoulders or involve the shoulders. You're still feeling a nice stretch on the back of the leg. Take both straps into that left hand. The right hand arm comes out like half a T. The left leg goes long on the floor. Nice deep inhale. On the exhale, cross that right leg to the left, across the body. Maybe it comes all the way to the floor. Maybe it doesn't. It just comes to a nice stretch. The whole side body's coming up here, getting a nice stretch. Inhale that leg up. Take the straps into the right hand. Open up the right leg to the right for a hello inner thigh. Nice inner thigh stretch. Inhale that leg up, and then we're going to change legs. I always just cheat. Take my left foot, put it in where the right one is. Let the right leg go long on the floor. Once again, the strap is just below the toes of the left foot, flexing the foot, drawing the leg towards me, getting the best stretch I can. Keep a little bend to the leg so that you don't bend to the knee. You don't want to hurt the knee by hyperextending it. A little bend is good. Now we'll take both straps in the right hand. Left arm comes out like half of a T, and then you're going to cross that left leg across to the right. Oh, that feels fabulous. Maybe the leg goes down. Maybe it stays up. Maybe the foot's all the way to the ground. You're not feeling much. You can draw that left leg towards the head. That'll give you a little more sensation. Inhale that leg up. I don't think I'm going to be taking it to the left. I don't know. We will. I may knock my shades over if I do that. Inhale and then exhale the left foot open to the left. Oh, that's good. I didn't knock any screens over yet. Inhale that leg up. Release the strap. Take the strap off to the side. Grab a hold of either a blanket, depending on your back. You might want just a folded blanket or a block. You can do either one. I suggest I'm going to use the block, but once again, you can do the same thing with just having a little blanket under your bottom. Just a little bit of height will help. So with the knees bent, the feet tucked up as close to my bottom as possible, I'm going to lift my hips up, slide the block under my bottom, and sit down for a restorative bridge pose. The arms can be by your side, shoulders open, palms up. This is a nice relaxing pose, a restorative pose, a slight reversal of the blood flow. Oxygen back to the brain. Close the eyes. Feel the breath. A couple things that you could try here. Always the primary is the knees bent, the feet on the floor, but if you'd like to explore a couple of options, see what it feels like to extend the right leg on the floor, long on the floor, resting. If it's comfortable, you could see how it feels like to do both legs long on the floor. Once again, if you don't like something, you shouldn't be doing it anywhere along this path of yoga. If it's not feeling good, don't do it. A lot of people also like to take their feet and legs straight up towards the sky for what I call it a supported shoulder stand. And this could be also called legs up the wall without the wall. So many benefits to this pose. And once again, if it's not comfortable, you should bend the knees, bring the feet down to the floor, and just be comfortable in the traditional bridge restorative configuration. You could stay in this pose 5 to 10 minutes, as long as you like. We're winding down. But to come out of the pose, you're going to walk the feet close to the buttocks again, lifting up the hips, slide that block out, and very slowly, one vertebrae at a time, you're going to come down. And then let the legs go long. Let the arms rest by your side. If at this point you feel like you want to hug the knees in again, rock back and forth, or take any other movement the body's craving. Before you settle into a nice Shavasana, perhaps you want to have a blanket under your head for the Shavasana. You may want a blanket underneath you. Some people like to roll up a couple of blankets and put them under their knees for support to release the back. So finding what's comfortable for you. Then close the eyes and just follow the breath and relax. I always suggest square your shoulders, tuck your chin. Know that you can relax here. Know that you're safe here. Just a little bit of stretching allows the body to release energy that might be held, that needs to move on. We don't know. Maybe a little smile on the face because we're feeling the benefits of just this little bit of movement. It's just phenomenal. You can almost feel the tingling and happiness of the cells of the body. As you're lying there, I'll hold space for you. Just close the eyes. Just feel the breath. Allow the physical body to melt into the floor and feel the energetic body lifting and rising. Nice deep inhales and exhales, awakening the body to the room, to the breath, to the physical body. Taking the Shavasana as long as you like. You can remain here for the rest of the video. If you'd like to, you could awaken the body by wiggling the toes and fingers and stretching as if awakening from a restful sleep. And then slowly, perhaps rolling out to your right side and resting on the right side. Then using the strength of your arms, lifting yourself to a comfortable seated position, the eyes closed or a gentle gaze, the crown lifted, the spine elongated and flexible, feeling the breath in and out of the body. Am I here now? Can I feel the sensations? Can I relax around the sensations I'm feeling? Slowly lifting the eyes open. I'm going to pull a card for you today. These are my Healing with the Angels cards. So with the intention, whatever intention you have, make an intention for yourself, perhaps a question, or maybe you just want to know what the angels have to say for you today. Here I am, they're getting sticky already. So I'm just going to lie them out and choose this card. Surrender and release. Surrender and release. I think it's very fitting for the whole class. From the Pema Chodron reading to the card. Whole. Surrender and release. Let me read you the quick little passage that goes with surrender and release. When you hold on tightly to a part of your life that's not working, it has no room to heal. Whether you're unhappy with your love life, finances, career, home, or health, this card asks you to let go. If you hang on to these aspects of your life because of fears such as, what if I can't find someone or something better, then the situation will only worsen. However, if you're willing to open your hands and allow the situation to be freed, one of two situations will occur. Either it will be washed away from you and replaced by a better situation, or the situation will heal in a miraculous way. By drawing this card, the angels ask you to try not to control the outcome of your troubling situation. Let go. Thank you so much for joining me in this joy of stretch. Feel free to go to my website, eighthlimb.com, and check out what's going on there. Give me a call, text, email. If you have any questions, I'd be happy to answer them for you. Namaste. The light in me honors the light in you. Have a great rest of your day, afternoon, or evening.